Good evening, race fans. Welcome back into another edition of Friday Night RODDCAR. We are here for the conclusion of Season 33, the championship race, the finale in Florida 400 here at the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway. Art, how we doing tonight?
I'm real excited. These past 2 weeks have been really good a race, and hopefully we can keep it up. Got a little extra longer race. Bumped it up 100 laps. Gonna be special here tonight.
The conclusion of the fully Gen 6 season has seen some incredible races and pure dominance by Coke Series drivers. And after 14 races, we have our 5 championship finalists. Michael Cozy Jr., Tucker Minner, who won on a walk-off situation last week. Parker White, your 2024 eNASCAR Coke Series champion. And the defending RODDCAR champion, Michael P. Frisch, Bobby Zielinski. Your final 5 drivers here for this championship race. 1 lap of qualifying for the 100-lap finale. 55% fuel capacity remains the same for an estimated fuel run of 20 to 25 laps. Green white checkers are 3 and 1 fast repair for the increased mileage laps. Only 1 for these drivers to navigate. We're ready to rock and roll here. Qualifying already underway. Let's go ahead and get into the on-track action for this championship decider.
If anyone has that fast repair left after 100 laps, I'll be shocked.
It'll be a big one. Tyler Gary currently top of the board, 48.99, the only man in the 48-second bracket. Let's see who's the first of our championship drivers, and it's going to be Michael Cozy Jr. crossing the line of the 99 machine. And that is a statement. Goes pole P1 tentatively in that 99 machine. And a miraculous wreck to end it. Let's see who else, if anybody, elects to jump up there. Ray Tiller goes P2. Just 2 minutes remaining. I don't see Frisch's hasn't come out.
Rod Flag.
But Rod Flag, we know how good he is at qualifying. Steals it. Who else? Let's see here. Tucker Minner not going out. Cozy, so that only leaves Parker White. Don't see him either. Parker White, Tucker Minner, Frisch, and Zielinski. So only Cozy electing to qualify, and it puts him P3 at the moment. Only 3 cars on track, make that now 4. DJ Smith about to finish his lap. 17 machine goes. P13 next to cross the line, Corey Henry in the 5 machine. And then it'll be Steven Maggio, and Ryan Doucette will not have time to finish his lap. 2 more to cross the line. 5 and the 19. Crosses the line. The 5 machine will go P3. Very good lap. And what should be the last time lap, Steven Maggio. Through 3 and 4, 20 seconds remaining. He should make it. In the Skittles car. Maggio will go P7, and Ryan Doucette, he actually just might make it at the death. Don't think it gave it to him. It did not. Photo finish there. Doucette is not classified. Let's make sure everyone's numbers are working. Looks like everybody's is, except for Mr. Gavin Newton, problem child. We'll get his number in there real quick. Then we'll get ready to call a championship here. Mr. Gavin Newton, where's he even at? He's got 2 different numbers. He's using that one, so pop that in there. ready to go.
Man's working on the fly.
Gotta have the championship presentation looking good. All right, there we are. I think should be refreshing, and we're ready to rock and roll. All right, see at the top of your screen, drivers highlighted in gold are your championship contenders. The final 5 get to duke it out here. Michael Cozy Jr., Tucker Minter, Parker White, Michael P. Frisch, Bobby Zielinski. It's Cozy, and then all the way down in 18th, 19th, 20th, and then Frisch in 22nd. That's how they'll roll off. You can see the rest of their names highlighted in gold. There's 2, there's 3, 4, and 5.
Can't imagine they're going to be back there that long.
Can't imagine it either. Go ahead and I think we got a 35 car field. Couple returnees to the grid tonight. Let's see, we got Christopher B. Williams in the 09 machine. Limited starts this season. He's back. Art has a great history with him. They get along swimmingly. And where is the other one here tonight? Bobby Blazer making a return.
I think I also got problems with him too. I got problems with a lot of the drivers in this field.
It looks like at the moment 34, 35. We should have 35 somewhere, but I think we might have had a late withdrawal. Advancing from the LCQ, Matt Spalding, Ryan Doucette, Thomas Miller, Philip Bridgman, Christopher B. Williams, Bobby Blazer, and Steven Maggio. Looks like Matt Spalding's just hopping in now.
Imagine having to come through the LCQ puffer.
It looks like Austin Mongold got the last spot due to some very last-minute opt-outs. Art, who's winning the championship race? Same pick, different. Who you got?
I'm going, race and championship. Give me the guy going for 9, Michael Cozy Jr.
Solid pick as always, must win. You gotta like him. Go ahead and give me for my pick to win the race and the championship. Parker White, the defending RODDCAR champion, put on a blitz last season, and can't forget he's the NASCAR Coca-Cola champion. Tucker Minter, Frisch, and Zielinski all looking for their first titles. Experience obviously goes to Cozy, then Parker White, and then it's a toss-up between the 3. Cozy 36 total wins, Tucker Minter with 9, Parker White 13, Michael Frisch 5, and Bobby Zielinski 4. We'll see how that unfolds at the end of the night and who will raise the championship. But for now, 100 laps to settle it. We're underway. And already a couple cars into the wall, and Parker White's around already.
I don't think
Dylan Kemp. And what on earth? Didn't even get to turn number 1. Let's take a look at what in the world went on here.
Just a big old chain of checkups.
And Parker White, I don't know. We'll see. Dylan Kemp's out of shape in the back. Phases through that right front. That could be disastrous, but it's right in the Joe Swanson, Dylan Dreiling area on this restart. Right behind Tyler Gary, it looks like Nathan Barrows, Dylan Dreiling, Mo Perry, then Swanson, Gavin Newton, and then finally Parker White. Just all kind of run over each other. On the initial start, you can see that top line all bent out of shape. Mo Perry dryling into the wall. Swanson backing up. Newton and then Tucker Minter not able to slow down in time. Why was Dylan Kem all bent out of shape further back? He's just going to get a glancing blow there from Hunter East, and it just sends him all out of shape. Did a pretty good job, all things considered, trying to avoid this. Parker White may or may not have gotten the worst of this. He definitely got right rear damage to start, but we're worried about that right front losing a fast repair in a couple 100 feet of the start. Let's go on board and check the steering.
I feel like usually there's some indication of, problems there. He's still out on track, driving just fine.
Here we go. Here's the start. Here's the onboard. It's just huge checkup right in front of him. I mean, what else are you going to do? Watch the steering here. I don't see it go to the center.
I think there was contact.
I mean,
pretty sure he just got ghosted.
He dodged a bullet. But it looks okay. Parker White, Tucker Minter, slight piece of that. But other than that, nothing to report on. An interesting start to the finale in Florida 400. So let's read off some of these stats while we got some time. Wrote everything down. Obviously, Cozy, the 8-time champion, 36 career wins. This season picking up 2. 13 starts this season, 7 top 10s, 6 top 5s. Tucker Minter, if you're looking at pure stats, this season would be your favorite. 5 wins, all at Talladega, making up his 9 career wins, 9 top 5s, 10 top 10s in 13 starts this season. Parker White in 14 starts this season, 11 top 10s, 5 top 5s, 2 wins. Rish also with 14 starts, 9 top 10s, 4 top 5s, and a win. At iRacing Super Speedway, won the wild card race essentially on the calendar. Bobby Zielinski, 12 starts, 9 top 10s, 6 top 5s, and 2 wins. So all very deserving. Can't wait to see how that'll play out. First, we got to do a green flag lap.
It's the biggest struggle on iRacing, huh?
Well, we had it, 3 weeks ago at the start of the doubleheader. We had the leader turned off of turn number 2, lap 1. So Matt Spalding, who joined a little late, started from pit road. It does not matter. Everybody on the lead lap, and we're ready to rock and roll here.
Surprised to see Rod take the high side. Figured he, want to stick inside just to be able to get out the way. He's already got his lap lid.
Yeah, right from the off. We'll see what he wants to do here. Championship race.
Go out there and lead 100 laps.
Now, yeah, their Coke drivers are 14 for 14. We'll see, obviously, Championship 5, one of the favorites probably to win, but if not a Championship 5 driver, do we see potentially a Daniel Falkingham win, maybe? Or a Chris Hill win?
You're still picking, the Coke drivers.
Or Ryan Doucette, outside of those 5.
Could you imagine a non-Coke, non-contender win here?
As I said, the Championship 5, I'm almost expecting one of them to get it, but if they don't, then you just immediately look to one of the other 3 in the field. But what if we just had a Jacob Roth win or a Steven Maggio win out of nowhere? How about that?
I literally had Steven Maggio on the mind. I'm looking at that number 19. Just he's primed. He's ready for it. It's his Skittles car. Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, they're 14 for 14, so there's a reason they're up there all the time. But if this was the final restart, you'd see some stuff here. Rod Flag, Scott Warren, Harry Tiller, Corey Henry, top 4. You would see some stuff. Unfortunately, it's only lap 4, but
you'd see parts of the tracks never used before. Those Coke Series drivers would find a way.
Oh yeah.
They'd Herbie it.
Here for the first restart of the night. He's catching up to the field right at the back. And there goes Christopher B. Williams. And I believe...
Caution is out. Wait, there was another car behind him.
Parker White involved in both.
What?
I mean...
Oh my goodness.
Hello? I saw Chris Williams get sent, but... what on earth happened here? That's just not a favorite camera angle, is it? Oh my goodness, fellas.
It's actually impressive.
So they got this huge inside line, everyone topping off for fuel, fixing some damage, and I don't really... they're all kind of playing jockey and accordion effect. Parker White goes there, and Spalding goes, and then Chris Hill goes, but DK's not going. Into the back of Chris Hill, finishes him off, and a little nudge there, and even further up the field with this 09 machine. Oh, it's... what on earth happened? Oh, it's like all the way at the front. Oh my goodness.
How much of a gap there is between Christopher Williams?
Because Scott Warren, it's not his fault that everything else behind happens, but he just does not go. He is caught napping. And it's almost like Corey Henry reacted to that. He kind of... because we love our one car length gap, but we're inside of that. Jacob Dunn is hitting Corey Henry. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Just another disastrous checkup effect, because you have them all bunched up about 6 rows deep, you know, nose to tail, and then you get Maggio leaving a little bit of a gap, Gavin Newton, and then Chris Williams, big gap, and they fly on into the scene. There's just chain reaction. And it literally went all the way to the back of the field. It was like 2 separate things. You kind of look around the, you know, at the DK, Chris Hill, Parker White area. It's like 2 separate checkups in that long inside line. Chris Hill gets the worst of it. We're 0 for 2 on making it to turn number 1.
What is...
do not know what to tell you about that.
just going live and Parker White's backwards.
Okay, let's just see what he's got going on here. He'll appreciate it. Gets all of his damage fixed. Looks like he just sped on the entry, right rear in the dirt. Round he goes. So, not the start he would have wanted to have. Spins it around and makes it to his box. We'll be able to have all of his damage fixed from that first one, at least, on this immediate follow-up. Chris Hill has the worst wreck of the night. He got pretty decent rate of speed right front into the wall. Like they're trying to buff it out on the 11 machine. Just a weird one. We really haven't seen the problems be on the restarts. You know, normally we do the 87 cars and someone misses a shift, but haven't seen that really in the Gen 6s this season.
They decided, like, tonight, we're going to forget how to drive.
On championship night of all nights. But, I mean, it happens. I mean, the first, like, 6-7 races were great. We had a rough patch in the middle. Last week, we went 80% green to the end. So it's just one of those deals, I guess. But I can't remember if it was the race that Parker White won, or his second win, where he was involved in a ton of stuff. Actually, it might have been. Was that just a few weeks ago? Let's go check out the schedule here. Let's pull up the schedule.
I feel like, was that not during, like, last season?
No, there was one, just a few. Let me just pull up the schedule. Because I feel like it was maybe the doubleheader weekend. Let's see here. Memory serves me correct. Yeah, it was the second race at Talladega. He was involved in an unholy amount of stuff the opening couple of cautions. He was involved in the very first one. I remember that now at this race because we remember talking about it in the post race. Involved in the first caution of the night, went on to win it. So let's see if history repeats itself. Involved in the first caution, goes on to win the race and maybe the championship.
But was he also involved in the second caution? And maybe the third?
He was involved in like 2 out of 3 for sure.
Because with where he's at right now, he's going to have to go through a lot of cars to get back to the front.
But plenty of time, no reason to panic. Honestly, at this point, you could maybe try and sit back, but we saw last week how that turned into an 80-lap run to the finish, and you lose the draft, and it's over. I mean, it's not a points deal tonight. It is highest finisher of the 5 gets it, so that is something to consider. Like, oh, I'm going to play it safe, and then they just go off and leave you. And at that point, they're going to do anything they can to not bring a caution out. But here we go. Second restart of the night. Rod flag gets us going on that high side. We'll see if we can make it to turn number 1.
We're already 3 wide.
It looks like we're okay. We got out of second gear this time. This is uncharted territory for these drivers. We're number 1. But they're okay for now.
First time doing it at speed went okay.
Odd flag, bottom to top to pick up. It is Jacob Dunn. Scott Warren tried to make a move, but is going to be left out to the middle, but looks like that is Joe Swanson. And try and get that middle started. They are dropping back. There is Bobby Blazer. And I think they're a little tentative. Not 3x3 immediately. They're like, hey, we didn't even get out of the restart zone. Let's just for a second at least.
Scott Warren really wanted to drop down there, almost chopped the nose off of that 77, had to immediately jerk back to the middle.
He does find a spot in front of the 048 for Ridgman. Number change for him over the week. Looks like we already have someone losing the pack, and that's Christopher B. Williams. Looks like we have 3 others that could be in danger of joining that group, but half a second off. Bobby Blazer to Matt Spalding. They should be okay. Harry Tiller out in front. Things pretty calm now. Already 10 laps completed. 10% of this championship race done, and the majority of them under caution. 3 wide. Back on back.
I like saying it's calm while it's 3
well,
wide.
It's ramped up now. So you see the whole back half of the pack, 3x3. Turn number 3. Your champion. It ended this lap. Thinking about a move to the high side. Going to commit to it now. Maggio hesitates, but eventually follows that 99 up there. Not a lot of help on the bottom with Mo Perry and Harry Tiller. And here comes the 99. The drive for 9. Leading his first lap at Daytona. And just like that, momentum switches to the top lane after it was on the bottom lane for the last 3 laps.
There's a little bobble there out of Harry Tiller on entry of turn 1 there.
Carter White involved in the first 2 cautions. Right up there through the middle with Chris Hill. Tucker Minter behind him. Rish on that low line right next to him. 3 championship contenders right there. Bobby Zielinski kind of doing his own thing in 29th. And Cozy leading the race. I don't believe we have Seth the Merchant here tonight. We know him and Minter work very well together. Don't think he could make it tonight, so we'll see how that affects things.
Look at that tandem between Rod and Chris Hill. Oh, Rod, you have the momentum, brother.
Now it's going to back up that low line. Chris Hill shot out of a cannon. Here comes Parker White. Tucker Minter going to get there. Zielinski now trying to make a charge forward. And Zielinski's there. Oh, a little bit of a bobble right on his outside. Falkingham shooting the gap, as with Kem. Here comes Newton and Dreiling. Zielinski, no help. Just like that, though, he'll be stuck. And Chris Hill to the point. Parker White in seconds. Parker White's championship, if that was the white flag or last lap. Tucker Venters right there. Battle for the championships on. Great tandem between the 99 and 19. Cozy to the inside. And he'll back it up to the nose of Tucker Minter. Loses a little bit of momentum. Highline surges off a 2. Zielinski able to get out of that middle. Tyler Gary, big move to the inside of Joe Swanson to pick up Falkingham. Middle still not established for more than a lap or two. Everyone's taking the runs that they could get and get to the top or bottom. Going as expected so far. Championship contenders eventually gravitating towards the front. Got a couple spoilers up there. How about Matt Spalding, Maggio up in there? Coming back again. Dreiling and Zielinski. Kem, set. Falkingham off the apron. Oh, still.
They're getting real close.
More than the side draft. Matt Spalding started from the pits. He's up to 4th. I think that's 92. Austin Mongold, Harry Tiller into the wall. 3rd caution of the evening. Right in front of Scott Warren, DJ Smith. I think that's all it is. Looked worse than it was.
How they managed to have so few cars in this? Very impressive.
We just kind of saw Harry Tiller turning up the track. Oh, it's because he was right behind. Yeah, he just sees pieces fly off. Austin Mongold's car. I mean, he's just trying to get out of the way. Not so sure that he. Let's see this.
Interesting.
At least from that point of view. What do we see here? Cockpit noise. Yeah, it's like. I don't know what he sees on his screen. It's almost like he just, insanely, definitely freaked out by the blinking ahead of him. But it's like, then he's just kind of straddled. He's in front of the 9, 76, 9. Can't make up his mind. Kind of in no man's land. And then the 9 getting to his left rear, back up the track, right in front of Scott Warren and DJ Smith. Nowhere to go.
I mean, that does seem pretty reasonable considering what he just saw.
Yeah, I mean, the 92 exploded in front of him.
I'd be doing the same thing if I saw that. That's not what race cars do.
But at that exact moment, it's not like the 92 could immediately just park it. He's kind of stuck in that spot. Jay Riot wasn't scared, though. He's right up to the back bumper. Probably right front damage, obviously, for Tiller. Scott Warren will get a piece. DJ Smith should be fine. Everybody coming in. Looks like in this, Philip Brigman. Currently not here. Not sure what happened to him. Let's take a quick look. Upload packet loss for Philip Brigman. 3 cautions so far, 2 involving Parker White. Cozy has led the majority of the race when it's gone green. Parker White is now there. Tucker Minter fell back a little bit, probably to pick up Zielinski. Ready for to get back going here. $100 laps, half the distance of the Daytona 500, so it's the longest race of the season by far tonight. A lot to navigate. We'll see if a strategy race breaks out, and that would be interesting to see. Green flag pit stop's got to have it to win a championship.
If we get, a potential fuel mileage and or strategy race for the championship, I'd be just the greatest night of my life.
I want a pure. We haven't had it in a while. I don't want it to where, we just need to time the pit stops. I want it to be where we get that caution with like 23 to go or 24 to go, and we go green to the end. The scenarios to make that happen are so rare, especially in a championship season, or championship race, I should say. But we've had it once or twice where guys are leading the field like, I don't know if I can make it. But that would be a dream come true. Fuel mileage, like, at 100% at the plate tracks, it's good stuff. Also, don't forget Bobby Zielinski, your caution in the bank winner earlier this season, can redeem a caution at any point. Obviously, not the last lap, but any point up until the last lap, caution will be called. Field is frozen except for him. He'll go right to P1, get 4 fresh Goodyear tires full of Sunoco racing fuel. And the man in search of his first RODDCAR championship might tonight be a good time to use it. I'm thinking yes.
If we're on to, that strategy race, we've got it down to, we're about to hit, white flag lap, and we just hear the caution come out, and nothing happens on track.
That's Bobby Zielinski's music.
Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be happy about it. It's like I'm gonna forget in the moment. I'm like, why is there a caution? And then it's gonna dawn on me.
Here's the thing. Yeah. That happened back, caution in the bank. First 5 races were the qualifying events. Bobby Zielinski obviously won one of the first 5 races. And the highest finisher, him and Cozy were slideways across the infield grass here at Daytona, actually. Back in August. And he got it by half a car length over Cozy. Season started July 19th. It's now October 25th. 3-month season. We'll crown a champion tonight, back underway. Bobby Zielinski can call in a caution at any time tonight. And if he calls it in, 1 to go, then you're expecting him to... The expectation is that he holds him off. Don't want to waste that opportunity. We'll see. So plenty of time to figure that out. Heck, he might even be forced, worst case scenario, if he's losing the draft, there's 5 laps to go, might have to just do it then. 1 lap, 2 laps down. I can't afford to go 2 laps down. Gotta burn it. So we'll see.
And I mean, even if he did that, it would be close enough to the end of the race by then that, it would basically be him taking it with 1 to go. I'm a machine. You're getting dicey up there.
I'm kind of curious, real quick, the caution in the bank. I wonder what he's going to have to officially put in a stipulation. It's like, you have to be within a certain number of laps of the leaders, because theoretically, if someone wins it, then they just, have the worst race of all time, they're 8 laps down, they redeem it. It's like, hey, I need you to freeze the field, let me get 8 laps back. But... thought of that.
There's no way he would.
But just keep that in the back of your mind. Bobby Zalinski has a guaranteed caution if he needs it. Not only is it a guaranteed caution, but it will promote him to first place as well. So I think it was like 18th place finish earlier this year. It paid dividends for the championship.
Are you saying there's nothing in the stipulations about having to be on a certain lap?
I mean, it's assumed.
I don't believe there is.
You would assume that because Rod's not going to what if someone won it, came to the finale in Florida 400, let them run 80 laps, and it's all right, throw the caution. Let me get 80 laps back, and just sat in pit road and just watch them all suffer.
Well, no, I mean, like if he does, like, say if Zalinski let him run 98 laps, throws the caution,
well, there'd be a timeout. They'd run out of time.
No, then honestly, at that point, you would just put him at the front of the field. Not care about the actual laps, and you would just time him. Like you'd see where he finished. Like it would work, but it'd also be just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Plus, what kind of driver doesn't like driving their car?
Very good point. About Matt Spald getting up here. He's been racing since the drop of the green flag.
No comment. Can't get close. I really do have beef with like half the
$250 also on the line, as well as whatever Junior's case if he wins the race. It's a payout for that, anyways. It's a $60 bonus for winning the race. Plus $250, $310 going his way. Parker White, if he wins tonight, will bag $300. The other three, $290. Big wreck in the back. Talk about Parker White. Big wreck. And that one, he's got significant damage in. From the looks of it. Well, I thought he did. He's been involved in 3 cautions tonight.
Is this just another Checo? Yeah.
An accident to the fence and Mo Perry. Yeah, that looks like a big shot there. Man.
Honestly, that doesn't look like... I mean, it's rear damage, but I don't know how much actual damage.
It looks like, yeah, he left a little bit of a gap, naturally. Riley working back at the Falkingham, and then, a little lift. Maggio into the back of Dreiling, into the back of Parker White, into the wall. It bounces off Jacob Roth. It's square in the rear. But, man, you can't afford too many of those, honestly. He's flirting with danger. Right there with Mo Perry, too. You're just glad you didn't get hit in the left rear. But take a look at the blimp cam. There's a lot happening way inside. Thomas, Miller, Joe, Swanson, Maggio, Mendez. Oh, big damage for all 3 of those guys. You see here the accordion effect. They're just going to get run over like pinball. Fourth caution of the night. It's the biggest one so far. Nice check up effect there, and then nowhere to go. Mendez trying to split the gap, but there was no gap. Yeah, Parker White been involved in 3 out of the 4 cautions tonight. That is what a story he'll have if he's able to rebound and win this championship.
He doesn't even have a lot of damage.
Somehow, some way. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it's just going to be, some cosmetic, a little arrow, but... Yeah, he's getting it fixed in pit, so no fast spray used yet.
Yeah, but Cozy would win $310 right before that caution happened. Cozy would win $310. Frisch $300. Bobby Zalinski, Parker Or no, excuse me. 310 for Cozy, 300 for Parker White, 290 for Tucker Minter, Frisch, and Zielinski. Decent payday for about an hour and a half of work. Maybe 2 hours with the way that we're trending, but you get the idea.
My aim might be a little more.
Season 33 of RODDCAR.
Yeah, we're, what, 40 minutes into this? Lap 26? What, take out the 10 minutes for... Oh,
It looks like Scott Warren is going to lap down and all of that. Philip Bridgman was able to rejoin. Looks like he is 6 laps down.
He is, in fact, 6 laps now.
That'll be tough to overcome a quarter of the way through. We'll see, though. Scott Warren, obviously, will get that back. I'm expecting more cautions tonight. Last week's race, we had 1 caution at lap 12 or something, or maybe like lap 20-ish. And they went green to the end, so we'll see if they just snap out of it and go to the end here. We'll see if they got it in them. Under the lights here now. Flag back out in front. Everybody pitted. Top 6, fuel only.
I'd also find it really funny if, you know, they just immediately start wrecking again. I can't make it back to turn 1.
Can't forget, I don't remember the season it was, but I literally remember the champion being decided on who wasn't dead. Like all 4 of them were completely junked, and like someone did an extra lap, and that was it. Could not tell you who. Might have been sent the merchant race for late 2022, but I couldn't tell you. My best guess, but I remember that vividly. Everyone was junked. A lot of hurt feelings, and we are not wrecking. Incredibly.
I mean, we are, but we're not. I don't know how this start is still green.
That's a certified Matt Spalding moment. Just refusing to accelerate in front of the entire field. Well held by Gavin Newton, Thomas Miller, great reactions. And everyone in the back not running each other.
Oh, we're going around.
Oh,
That's a car?
Nope.
Just one?
Who done it?
98, Nathan Barrows on the inside wall.
And what happened to him?
They just got a little tight up there. 5 machine come back on track.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see Corey Henry down there until the replay. And, yeah, just a bump, and then Ryan Doucette, nothing he could have done. I don't think Barrows hit anything, though. I mean, he'll be okay if we get a caution, and look at what we have here. This is exactly how we went 80 laps to the green yesterday. Can the top 8 break away from this mess?
Problem is, this mess is going to eat themselves alive.
Yeah.
They're 3 wide. Oh, the 48's going around.
There we go. Nope, it's that. Oh, gets Chris Hill involved.
Excuse me?
I
Caution?
I beg your pardon? I beg
Caution?
your pardon? Hello?
No caution?
Okay, well.
That 48's crab walking in here telling me there's not a caution?
Hello? All right, let's back it up real quick. I mean, it's no caution, but I'm going to review it as if it is one. Just a bump gone wrong from Chris Hill. And he is out of control into Gavin Newton. Back up the racetrack to Chris Hill, and that's not a caution? Hello? Okay. All right. So they lose even more time as a result. They lose a couple of cars. 2.8 seconds. I like their odds of getting back, though, because look at it. You got Zielinski, you got Doucette, and Minter. All right there. I think they'll be okay to run them back down. 8-car breakaway at the front. They're going to have to be very disciplined. But hey. At least Cozy wants them to be saying, hey, guys, just do this to the end. Let's go.
We need to breathe. We're fine. We're
Bobby
fine.
Zielinski leading this pack. You're saying, I'm in 9th place. I'm in a good spot. You lose the championship. Right, in this exact situation. Same thing with Tucker Minter. So they are going to do everything in their power to get them back up there. Same thing with Frisch. He's in the second pack, so he's going to have to get them organized. And Parker White. So 4 championship contenders completely separated from the other one. And they are making time up, though. They went from 3 seconds to 2.6, so they're back on the hunt. But it does allow those front 8 to just breathe for a little bit. What is Dylan Dreiling doing? He actually should have an opportunity to drop in. And that, if he could stay with him, that would help. Don't think he's going to be able to. That's very close. Dreiling at 199. Tyler Gary at 195. And he's actually going to hang with him. But it also means that Zielinski, they need even less distance to get in the draft of Dylan Dreiling. Oh, but the wrecking in the back of the second pack, it doesn't matter. Bobby Blazer going around. What on earth?
What are we doing?
So, battle of the... Oh, my goodness. But that brought out the caution? Battle of the nines. The 90, the 09, and looks like they're making the swap at the front of the pack. Kind of an awkward exchange for Minter to get back down. Everybody freaks out behind him. Kevin Spencer shoots up the hill. Late, I mean, James Mendez almost killed Frisch, so that would have been something. Great reactions to not. I mean, that doesn't even look possible. He goes up. Blazer reacts, goes up, and he sees Mendez. He tries to get down. Kirby Williams is already there. Mongol, nothing. Why did the caution come out for this? If the other one's not going to be caution, then this one isn't. Oh, well. Fifth caution of the evening. And let's take a look at it here. Just want to see how close James Mendez came to ruining Frisch's championship hopes. Oh, my goodness. I mean, this could have been fast repair territory for Frisch if he just nailed the right rear hook. Oh! Yeah, Gavin Newton hasn't even been here in 2 months, so...
I don't think Bobby Blazer has either. Probably even longer. Trooper B. Williams could just never come back. Like I could have been disqualified from that Draft Heart 300 and been fine with it, but what is he doing?
What is who doing?
Christopher B. Williams.
Oh. go take a look. Not entirely sure, to be honest with you.
Starting a petition. Ban him. He's not related. He is not a Williams brother.
No, he's not.
If he was a Williams brother, he would have pushed me to the win. He would have. Actually, no, that's not true. You wouldn't have pushed me to the win. You would have also wrecked me.
Honestly, I would have. If we actually had that situation and we could have planned it, I probably would have pushed you. But
Just for $300.
give me 100 and we're golden.
Yeah, I blocked that man to the apron. I come up off it and he just like, nah, you're not surviving. That was a great block too. All right. They said I forced him down there. It's like, I got the entire car in front of him. There's no force there. He wasn't going anywhere. I used the bumper well. I got turned for it.
Yeah, you did. I almost kind of wish, looking back on it, that you would have blocked him. He doesn't wreck you, and then you just get the win taken away because you blocked him.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen your reaction to that.
I would not be here. I would have called Rod so many things.
Man would have lost it. Man would have lost it all for $300 or over $300.
Like what I would. Oh man. When he made the ruling, right? Like I had already lost the race. It was over. There was nothing.
Yeah.
But when he was like, "Oh yeah, you would have been moved to the back of the end of the line anyway," I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, you raced below the yellow. I blocked him. He's like, yeah, but you raced. I'm like, that's a dumb ruling. But I mean,
yeah,
it's the rules. So
no rules.
Like I almost crashed out over like a ruling that didn't matter in the slightest.
Yeah, because it didn't affect literally anything because you got turned.
Yeah. But if I had got, hey, at least if I had gotten, it taken away, I wouldn't hate Christopher B. Williams.
The worst race I've ever done on this service, C-Fix Talladega. I'm leading the race. And it's not, I don't block the guy below the apron. I see him go below the apron in second. Nobody goes with him. The guy in third's trying to push me. Dude that then goes below the apron just is like, well, I didn't pass him on the apron, so let me just turn him. He just straight wrecked me. I was like, okay. And then he parked in the back stretch. I full throttled him, and he's like, "That's not cool, dude. I'm gonna report you." I was like, "Okay, all right. You got it, bud." Luckily, we have more talent here than, well, some of these guys have more talent than the average C-Fix driver.
I was gonna say they still let Dean Clavitt in here.
He's grandfathered in. Back for the restart. Rod Flag's been up front most of the evening. Is he going to be the one to play spoiler league owner?
That'd make me so happy.
I want it. I need the Rod Flag winner. We haven't had the chance to do it. Jay Wright just got hung out to dry. My goodness.
Have we even had a Rod top 3 interview yet?
I honestly don't know.
I don't believe so.
I really don't. We're approaching halfway here in the next 14 laps or so. 34 cars on the lead lap. Philip Bridgman still running 5 laps down. Man, got the RODDCAR branding and everything. How about that? Tonight's his 4th career start. Made a whole new paint scheme, Lowe's/RODDCAR. How about that?
See, that's how you win over the owner.
There you go.
You shill.
Getting good airtime, not only because he's the leader, but he's been running up front most of the time. Tell you what, though, Cozy looks strong. I'm not trying to jinx anybody because I've done enough of that with Parker White. He's my pick to win the race. Chevy wrecked 3 times and 5 cautions, but Cozy's just been up front pretty much the entire night.
I feel like Cozy, and I'm gonna say this full well knowing that it could happen. He feels unjinxable. Like there's just something different when it
I
comes to
am waiting
Michael
for
Kosich.
someone to right rear him or left rear him right now. I'm waiting for Jacob Dunn to get turned left rear Cozy. There
You're
used to
like,
be
nope.
a time where we do it literally every race to somebody. We talk about them, they'd immediately die.
See, that's when we were doing like normal leagues. Though. I feel like those people were watching the stream and all right, you know what? We're gonna do this to be funny.
That's funny every time. Well, like a good old commentator's jinx. Nothing like, as well. First crank it up of the night for the championship race. Let's crank it up. Championship 5. Looks like something happened here to Kevin Spencer. Way in the back. Oh my, and no caution for this, might I add.
What?
In the back half of the field, the second group, we had already lost the draft. Oh my goodness, there was something that happened in the front pack too. And we missed it because we were doing onboards, and he just gets run over. But it looks like James Mendez got one. That's why the pack. Oh my goodness! Crank it up. Deceived it. Oh, it's netcode. Oh no. Oh no. And there's no caution. So we get all that.
Wow.
Breaks the packs up. Frisch on the outside looking in. Parker White even more in a hole. At the
How
moment.
is that not a caution,
So
man?
you're Tucker, Minter, Bobby, Zielinski, and Cozy. It's 3 against 2 right now. You got 3 in the lead pack, 2 out of it. And I mean, we have really splintered this pack. There is only 19 cars in the lead draft. They're all together, so there's no one chasing them. And you got to think, if you're Cozy, if you're Minter, if you're Zielinski, 3 out of the 6 or 19, you're begging for no more wrecks. You're like, all right, let's just settle it out here. If they can somehow convince these other 16 to play it cool, we could be in for a run to the finish here, honestly. 19 cars, some good drivers up there, they could do it. And that would spell disaster for Frisch and Parker White. Looks like they've got this third group organized. They're going to be chasing after this group of 3. We'll see what happens when these 2 groups get together. I don't think it'll be enough, but they're going to keep losing time lap after lap after lap. But they will have more cars, more energy together. What is netcode? It's pretty much just the connection between all these drivers. Their internet speeds, connections. Not the most technical person to ask this, but most racing games, they have a prediction of where the wreck it in the back. Caution is out, doesn't matter. Right, God said for Parker White and Frisch. But what netcode is is kind of like where the server thinks the cars are going, because they are going at a very high rate of speed. It tries to predict. But if the connections don't match up, it'll create like almost a bubble between cars. It's like, oh, we think the car's here, but it's actually over here, and you'll just see cars get hit when there's no actual contact. The best way to put it. There's contact, but you don't see anything. All right, let's see here. There's 19 cars, and they couldn't behave. Oh! I think that's our boy.
Raw?
I think it is. Scott Warren, threading the needle there. How about that? I really think it is. I hate to say it. What's he doing? He's flying up here. What's he got? What's he got going on? Big run. Back up there. Yeah, he hits Doucette. I hate to say it, but that's on him, I think.
Is it going to be our first Ron flag penalty?
So he hits Doucette, and that just gets Doucette very slightly unsettled into the rear of Joe Swanson when they just can't get unstuck. AJ Green, Mo Perry, nowhere to go. And then how about this move here from Scott Warren? Where'd he end up at in all this? Good use of the brakes, split the gap. Sixth caution of the night. That should take us right about to halfway. Thankfully, this season, we really haven't been complaining about netcode too much. Let me go give another example of it. Where's Kevin Spencer at? Yeah, so you'll see it here. Or actually, no, the netcode was with Mendez up ahead of this. There he is. So right about, he's into the wall, and you could just see it. Or if it's Maggio, can we get a better view of this? Right here. Slow this down. You'll see right there, contact is made to the back bumper of the 19. Virtually, you'll see it cave in. But the 92 of James Mendez never actually hit him. However, just due to connections and the predictions, the reaction acts like it is. 92 gets junked up, slows way down because it just acts like it ran into the back of somebody. And then 98 runs into the back of him because the 92 slows way down. That's the best way to describe that. Thankfully, in real life, you don't gotta put up with that.
You don't got to put up with a lot in real life that you do in racing. Like being able to hear the other drivers talk.
Yeah. You gotta put up with repair costs here. So it's give and take. You got connection issues, but you don't gotta pay when you junk up these race cars. So that'll bring pretty much the whole pack back together. Mendez obviously did not have a fast repair left or checked, so he is multiple laps down. Philip Bridgman's trying to recover from an internet issue earlier in the race. Scott Warren, we saw what happened to him under green flag, no caution. He's trying to get back and caught up. One to go, just shy of halfway. Six cautions in the first 50 laps. And really, that's kind of inflated because we wrecked 2 times before they got to turn 1. So we take those out, which are just silly, simple mistakes. It's 4 cautions in 50 laps, and it looks a little better. We'll see, though.
Can't believe we're not even halfway there yet.
Let's see here. We'll do our winners interviews, champions interviews if they're different. We are at hour and 7 minutes. Yeah, we'll easily hit 2 hours. Easily.
If we start getting a lot of caution, I'm taking a nap.
So next time by, we'll get 49. So we get 2 laps, we'll be halfway. And there's been moments where it looks like we're going to get a big run to go green, but just can't quite get over that hump. And see, 31 cars on the lead lap, 3 that are laps down, and James Mendez on pit road.
Yeah, there's just some. There's that big check up there on the start. Every time we get into those packs where it's like, hey, if we just calm down, we could go green flag racing for a while. They're like, no, I'm not going to be dumb. I'm going to do something dumb.
And already they were thinking about 3 wide. They are 3 wide now. Cozy in the middle.
Oh, Jay Riot, Gavin Newton on the wall. They had so much momentum, but they didn't want to hit Gary at speed.
Bobby Zielinski out in front with Chris Hill. Dylan Cam, who came oh so close to making it to this championship 5. 4-car breakaway at the front momentarily. Dreiling also was very close. Had 2 Dylans in the Champ 5. Cam entered the final race of the playoffs second. Got caught out by the long green flag run. Was stuck in a pack of 6 cars. Ended up like 17th and just missed out. Dylan Dreiling finished 4th. Just a couple points short though. Both having good runs again here tonight. So Zielinski's been up there. Cozy's obviously been there. Tucker, Minter. Haven't seen a whole lot of Frisch or Parker White for the most part, as he's sitting there in 10th, but, you know, 10th for Parker White, actually, you know, it's a quiet night for him, 10th place finish. Jacob Dunn way up the hill right in front of Cozy. But especially Frisch, as he's just kind of been minding his own business. Sitting 24th right now. The only of the 5 to not be a multi-time winner. He clearly deserves to be here. Made it through the wild card rounds, made it through the playoffs, so absolutely deserves to be here. Just biding his time, still has a faster pair, as does the rest of the 5, so they're all on pretty much level playing field at the moment. First 50 laps. Doesn't really matter. Championships handed out after 100. You said it last week, Art. These tandems, they're able to, especially if they're squabbling behind them. But if this was the last lap, Cozy's waltzing to a championship. They were able to get themselves just a little bit far out in front, 3-car breakaway. But will we see a tandem?
I don't know if they'd be. DK and Tucker Minter were coming in hot there. Momentum stalled out, but the tandems are almost necessary. If you don't have a running partner at the end of the race, you might be left out to dry. Like, you have to have someone you can trust to either push you or that you can push to give yourself that momentum.
Right now, they're all pretty, working it well together. They just want track position in general. Move for the win. About 45 minutes away, hopefully. So, you know what I mean? They're just racing right now. Typical Super Speedway, just trying to maintain track position in case they do go green. Set themselves up for a pit stop. But there will be moves made in the final 10 laps that will season-defining move. Who do you go with? Who do you trust? And the potential of spoilers. Hate to say it, but at this point it is the random Joe Schmoes, the non-Coke Series fellas that are up there trying to finally get a win. How do you handle them? And how do they race the Champ 5? A lot of variables at stake.
For the Champ 5, and, as you've called them, the random Joe Schmoes, most of them have been around long enough to hopefully develop, like, a repertoire with the drivers. You'd be like, hey, this guy is at least competent enough for me to either push or get pushed by him.
Yeah, because I don't think, and it's just the reality situation, I don't think
there goes Bobby Blazer and Daniel Falking.
Oh, how about that? Michael P. Frisch involved. No, he's still involved. Just getting ready to come back to that point in just a second. Let's see here. 7th caution of the night. Right in front of Frisch, and we'll get a glancing blow there for sure. Frisch, Parker White have had the roughest go of things, and let's see what brought out for 7th caution. Ooh.
This is Spalding's fault. I'm just going to blame him.
We got a Matt Spalding disaster class. Here we go. Falkingham dropping like a rock. Yeah, kind of was. Just a little bit. Rod check it up for him, and then right. Fast forward button instead. Whoops. Right about there. He gets him in the left rear, sends him down. Clips him. Falkingham, chain reaction, Doucette sneaks through there. Frisch, not able to get through. But back to our previous point. No disrespect to this 92 machine, but I don't think any of the Champ 5 are going to want to willingly put themselves in a position where they have to work with the guy making his 2nd career start. Or even a Matt Spalding. I mean, pretty well-known name, but he's only had 34 starts, pretty much part-time at this point. They'll be more likely to work with, a Corey Henry who's been here forever. Steven Maggio's made a good name for himself in just 15 starts, but he's up front, runs respectful. A Dean Clavitt who's always here. That's compared to some of the new guys, but when it comes down to it, though, if you're absolutely desperate, you'll work with whoever. You'll work with whoever can get you a little bit of speed. Any bit of draft. I forget who said it, but they might have been Darrell Waltrip years ago. They'd draft off a hot dog wrapper if it helps them.
I don't know what to do with that. That's just...
With what?
The information you have said.
Why?
It's a lot.
What was a lot about that?
Just talking about drafting off a hot dog wrapper. Like, I get it. I get the premise of drafting off potentially anything available. It just, like, the way that you said it was very funny.
That's what I swear I've heard that reference before. That's why, Darrell Waltrip's my hero. The GOAT.
That's not even true for you.
Larry Mack, if we're being honest, carried that booth for so many years.
That one. That's true.
Larry Mack, solid.
America's crew chief.
God bless him. Caution's clearly on the fault of James J. Mendez. Every caution is. Well,
I agree.
He's having a rough go of things tonight. Staring a 35th place finish in the face. I had just said, Parker White, he's kind of just running top 10, not really up at the front, and here he is leading the race just like that. Been involved in 3 of our 7 cautions. Lights are off on top of the pace car. Getting back here, lap 59. Past halfway, all down here now for the conclusion of season 33. 40 laps to go, pretty much. And we will see what happens. Not quite time to make the big moves. But really, in about, 20 laps from now, I think you'll start to see it.
I mean, you could even say it about right now. If you can get yourself in position to be near the front, why not do it?
Good point. But I think really 20 to go. We always try and time it, but I think 20 to go, with the way these races have panned out and as much as I've seen, 20 to go, you're going to want to start getting yourself positioned. Especially the Gen 6. Not hard to do, so go ahead and get up there.
Have we seen a lot of problems from the front of the field?
Really, we haven't. It's been top 10 or back, I feel like. But 35 cars still running. Blazer, 1 lap down. Brigman, 3. Mendez, 8. Mendez all but out of it. Blazer and Brigman still in decent enough shape to at least fight for a decent finish. We're back underway. 42 laps to go. Through the gears as they head down to turn number 1. Championship favorites leading the inside and outside. Parker White on the top side. Michael Cozy Jr. on the low line. And I think Parker White, this season anyway, is a little bit underrated as odd as that could sound. He won the whole Coke Series, the NASCAR champion, and only won twice this season. But his championship last season, season 32, against Falkingham, really one of the better seasons we've seen. Pretty much nothing but top 5s, handful of wins, probably 3 or 4, and really just kept Falkingham at bay week in and week out, which was a classic battle. And he's just done exactly what he needs to do to get himself in position tonight. Made a number of great saves last week. And he's looking to go 2 in a row.
He's made a lot of great saves this entire season. Like at the start, whenever we were constantly talking about how they wanted to wreck the cars but just couldn't, and it was consistently Parker White sawing at the wheel to keep the car going straight.
There's 2 things you could take away from that particularly. It's like, well, he's got great car control, which is what you're going to need when these bumps start getting bigger and bigger and the margin for error decreases, but it also means he's getting wrecked more. So I'd rather, not have to put my life on the line to save the car. I'd rather just be pushed to the wind instead of, sawing on the wheel, but
instead of fighting for it.
Just let it be predictable, but the saves that he's made all season just gives him a little bit extra. The experience of Michael Cozy Jr. gives him a little bit extra. And then from, no disrespect to these guys, Tucker, Minter, Frisch, and Zielinski, the nothing to lose factor. They're all multi-time winners in their careers. No RODDCAR titles though, so what do you have to lose tonight? You're almost playing with house money. I don't think any of them are feeling any pressure though, just because they're all so successful. I mean, Cozy's, I didn't get 9. Well, it's still an 8-time champion, the best that this league has ever seen. But all very successful in their own right. I'm just curious at how that plays out. They've been doing it for so long. It's almost no pressure let's just go get the job done kind of mindset, I'd imagine, from these guys.
I wonder how long until we get the, Cozy wasn't racing anyone talk like they do all the greats, right?
He was racing plumbers.
There was a season where he was racing Dean Clavitt for a championship, right?
Let
Is that
me
really
tell
what
you,
you want to say?
we almost did have trouble in front of the field. Gavin Newton about got turned. Dean Clavitt really deserved to take that down at the final race, though. He had a great season going. Andrew Cootie wrecked him at every opportunity when he needed it most. But Dean was there, man. He was there.
A Dean Clavitt championship would have just been different.
Generational. That would have been equivalent to Leicester winning the Premier League, honestly.
And he hasn't been back there since, just like Leicester.
Yeah. That hurts. I had a couple playoff appearances. I think I made one. Well, I think it was really just the one. And then I don't know. I think we did a point season where I finished like 8th or something. I don't know. I've been up there once or twice. But they got me in the booth now.
I said, all right, it's too hard. We're going to the booth.
Yeah, I was thinking, I did race this a good amount. I forgot how many starts I ended up with before I moved up here. But the mindset of us, when we were always doing it, it's like, 10 laps. So we'd wait too late more often than not. And we kind of get stuck in the gridlock 3x3. So I think 20 laps. If I could do it now, I'd say 20 laps, go for broke. And just see what happens.
The biggest problem with us is there were 3 of us.
We're not that good.
No, I think it'll always just be the Williams brother masterclass, right? If it was just me and you having to run through a field, I think we could have done it. But the fact that we had to coordinate with Corbin just ruined everything.
Trouble! They didn't wreck. Okay, we're still going. I mean, his car's destroyed, I think. Right front exploded, but... Oh, no, Christopher B. Williams' right front exploded. They're both dead.
What a great day.
Let's take a look at what happened. Real quick. And it kind of was his own doing a little bit. I think Doucette actually is fine, but he'll lose the draft anyways. But Christopher B. Williams is definitely dead. Doucette, one of the more unlucky drivers I could ever see. I mean, he is just always involved in something.
He really is like the least mentioned.
Oh, there we go. Trouble in front of the field. Parker White, can he make it through? He will. Oh, Frisch, big damage at the end of that. The right front, I saw sparks. Eighth caution.
Parker White had to...
We were just talking about his car control.
He had to be standing on the brakes there. That car was... He would not go forward.
Frisch is coming up. Oh, that could be right front. That might be fast repair. I'm almost certain it will be. But it's Mo Perry off of 4, and you could just already see even right here in the freeze frame. Dylan Dreiling on the right rear. They're coming out of 4, and he just keeps going up, and they're just not connected. He's going to hook him right up into Dylan Kemp. Cozy avoids disaster. Parker White, like you said, stomping on the brakes. He's going to get hit from Frisch. We'll go back to that in a moment, but then at this point, Frisch is going around off the nose of Corey Henry, and then off of Maggio and Barrows, and he's locking the brakes. Oh, and it does kill the right front for Frisch.
Oh.
Rod flag gets into him there. That is definitely fast repair. Cannot afford to get that fixed this late in the game. And here's Rod. He's moving down. He doesn't really see a whole lot in front of him. But you can tell that Frisch is coming up. Yeah, Spalding might block that view. Last second, he tries to swerve up. And I think it kills his own left front as well. Yeah, you can kind of tell that he's down there. It's just a whole mess. Doesn't want to hit Jay Riot, but he's coming down, and yeah, it breaks his left front, ruins Frisch's right front. Terrible for both of them. And let's go to Parker White's on board. Okay, look at the RPMs, just all the way. I mean, that's a terrifying sight. Yeah, there he comes. Stamping on the brakes. Gets a little nudge from behind. Obviously, Frisch not going to be able to check up in time with that because he's getting hit from Corey Henry and then the rest of the field behind them. And look at this. He does not hit the wall. Gets maybe a slight nudge from Gavin Newton, but he's okay. Cozy is okay. Frisch obviously not okay. Tucker Minter and Bobby Zielinski. Evasive maneuvers for both of them. They're okay. So 4 out of 5 make it through. Frisch, it's all up to fate now, I guess. No fast repairs and.
Did you see the high velocity kiss, as he put it, from Mo Perry?
What?
Mo Perry said he had a high velocity kiss. I don't know what that meant.
That was the wreck, was it not? Right?
He said at the end. So I don't know. Was it with the... Oh.
He's not lying. He's really not lying. But once you get in that grass, it's curtains. Kevin Spencer, bam.
I was very surprised that he didn't sound that upset. He was just kind of vibing.
I think he just kind of accepted it. He's just like, yeah. Actually, man, what am I doing? I gotta get the cockpit view of this. This will be good. You can see he's fighting it. Everyone piles in. DJ Smith. And then you come around. He's just probably wondering how I ended up here. Just coming around. Bam, there he is. Kevin Spencer will probably get the full onboard here of the entire wreck for us. Just stuck at that point. Let's go blimp cam here on Frisch. Blimp cam. So you see everybody involved: Mo Perry, Dylan Kem, Frisch, Corey Henry, Barrows, Maggio, DJ Smith, AJ Green, Gavin Newton, Jay Riot, Scott Warren, Falkingham, and Kevin Spencer late. Eighth caution of the evening, and it's a big one. It means Michael P. Frisch without a fast repair for the remaining 30 laps of this race, 31 laps of this race. Pace cars off. Tyler Gary, Michael Cozy Jr. to the front row. Back underway. Parker White with the save of the night. He might have a better one in his back pocket in the next 30 laps anyways, I'll be honest. I've seen way better save just from him alone. Frisch takes a fast repair. He ends up 15th, and I think...
Oh, that's another big checkup.
For Frisch, what's the mindset? Just go up and try and be right at the front. If you get wrecked from the lead, so be it. I mean, he's already up to 10th. That might be the mindset. Then, all right,
I mean,
time to go.
There's not much you can do. There will be wrecks no matter where at on the track. If you're at the front, there will be wrecks there. If you're at the back, there can be wrecks there. In the middle, there can be wrecks.
So I think without a fast repair, though, at that point, I'm just going to be willing to force the issue. I'm going to go for the championship. If I get wrecked, inside the top 5, then so be it. It just wasn't meant to be. That's my kind of approach to it if I was in his shoes.
It's really all you can do. It's
now he's really playing with house money. He doesn't have a title to his name.
Oh, we got a caution. And that sounds loud.
Dylan Dreiling, Scott Warren, oh, man! And it was Austin Mongold destroyed. Oh, he just gets hooked. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, of course he's dead. AJ Green involved. My goodness. Immediately toes. Holy smokes. Who
Okay.
hooked him? So, alright, well, he had literally nothing to do with that. It's so sad. I mean, that thing's destroyed. What are they doing back here, though? I don't necessarily... So AJ Green kind of just puts it up in the wall. Right there, he goes into the wall. Right in front of Jay Riot. He then gives him a little bump right there, sends him right back up the hill. And then he gets him in the left rear, down the hill into Bobby Blazer. And finally into Mongol. Buckingham gets a piece, Mo Perry. Dean Clavitt, DJ Smith all right in the area.
We need better back markers.
It's our 9th caution of the night. We'll wait and see here. Just still on the outside of the fuel window. So Tucker Bitter, Bobby Zielinski, still gonna have to pit again along with everybody else. It doesn't really matter that they stayed out. Unless you do some drastic fuel saving and the whole field slows down with you, but not possible, not feasible anyways.
I'm gonna ask this question purely because just it's a talking point. How long do you until we see Parker White in an actual race car? I feel like if there's a driver, because like we've seen Parker Retzlaff, we've seen a couple other drivers get shots in NASCAR series, right? Parker White like might be better than some of those drivers. I don't know necessarily if he's better, in real life, but like he's doing some stuff in these race cars that I haven't seen a lot of other drivers do.
I think for iRacing, I think anyone that wins the Coke series, you should give them like I don't know, like a late model or like a local, NASCAR weekly series thing. Get them started somewhere like the sim to reality kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I hear over and over and over all the time that there is some correlation to it. Like the sim translates somewhat to real life, or specifically iRacing translates somewhat to real life. For some of these guys, you hear the top level guys say it. So definitely, some of these guys could make it, at least on a local level. Parker Retzlaff, probably one of the better examples, I think, in recent that I know of. He's careers. I don't know. I've seen decent results from him from the equipment that he's in.
And like I've seen plenty of drivers go from, iRacing to like the legends or late models and like be fine and be good drivers.
Get to live the dream for real. Go ahead and take it. Very cool. So let's see here. With what'll be 26 laps to go, 31 cars on the lead lap. Brigman, Bobby Blazer, Austin Mongold still in a good spot, maybe, to get their laps back before the end of this thing. James Mendez still out of it unless we get total chaos the rest of the way. I'll say this just as in jest. Don't put anyone from this league on a plate track. They gonna kill each other. Make them do start out somewhere smaller.
I'm out on short tracks.
Give them a little 8th mile dirt oval to start with. 26 laps to go. Really getting down to the nitty gritty. Well, if we get a quick caution, it could set up.
He won't drive IRL? That's insane.
Being a pilot's very impressive, though.
That's also insane.
Gonna restart for Hill. He's underway. So we get a quick caution, and we're right in that fuel window. We'll see how long it takes him to wreck again. If they do, pull out a magical run to the finish. We'll see. They're all right here. Parker White pushing Cozy. Zielinski pushing Minter. And Frisch there at 14th. Just a couple rows back. This is the view from Frisch. See that blue and green on the low line. You see that vintage 99 being pushed by Parker White. And Frisch is only 0.8 of a second behind him. All the championship 5 inside the top 17. As it stands as they cross the line that time. 25 laps to go.
I'm going to say that outside line was not really pushing forward, but now the tandem, still, it's not really going anywhere.
Yeah, they got a really powerful low line hooked up here. Hill, Minter, Zielinski, Maggio, Tyler Gary. Looks like Jacob Roth going to jump up to that high side. They were thinking about it. I know Cozy and Gary worked very well together. They've been championship rivals for so many seasons as well. They've had some great championship battles. Just like that, the outside gets formed up a little bit. Back to being the stronger one, though. Gary and Maggio and Roth go back to the bottom. Sideline circles again. Cozy back to 9th on the outside, but here we go. They're going to the top now. Everybody in front of Cozy going to the top, except for Gary and Maggio. Well, now just Gary. And then it goes... So, yeah, they just swap about 3 times from the backstretch to turn 3. We're at that 20 to go margin. Moves being made. Put yourself in position. And Tucker Minter nearly spun in front of the entire field. Here comes Jacob Dunn. Not a whole lot of help through line, but Hunter East, haven't said his name a lot tonight. He's there.
Is this the Steven Maggio win we talked about?
It's about to be the big one, what we've talked about. They're starting to get very antsy.
Ooh, Dunn. He was almost sideways.
Down the back straightaway. You can see Frisch. No fast repair.
No.
He says it's not time to go. He says there's another wreck and guaranteed. He's calling a guaranteed wreck. He's calling the Denny Hamlin.
Oh, yeah.
And the gift of prophecy from Michael P. Frisch. He timed it perfectly. I mean,
it wasn't a hard one to see, but that's still very funny.
I mean, prophecy. Here we go. We'll take a look at it. 10th caution of the evening. You'll see it here. We'll just play it back. He's up there. He kind of got boxed in a little bit. Got back to about just inside the top 20. He saw all the craziness, and he said, all right, I've seen enough. And not even 15 seconds later, first sign of trouble, and he is hard on the brakes. Matt Spalding, Corey Henry involved. Well, let's go see what actually caused this now.
Like, it starts in front of Spalding. It's a checkup that leads to, like, him getting in the wall.
Take a look. Actually, it looks like we'll go way up here. It looks like Hunter East and Dylan Dreiling. Nice little checkup. Hunter East into the wall with Spalding. Spalding blinks out. Bad timing for that to happen. Happens right by Parker White again. And I think it eventually ends up with Falkingham maybe being the... Yeah, it's just a whole lot of chaos. A little bit of net code there from the blinking car of Spalding. Big chain reaction. There you go. A lot of damage after the fact for a lot of these guys. We were looking at just Frisch's point of view, but Kevin Spencer got it. Bobby Blazer was involved. Oh, I mean, that car is destroyed in the 90. Just gonna get hooked in the right rear up the hill. Falkingham, Kevin Spencer, Barrows, Dean Clement gets a tiny piece, Thomas Miller, DK. A lot of cars through the grass. Big hits. About Jay Riot. I think he'll have to pit again, so this might just be his last lap led. His little hurrah. See, though. Up 73. I mean, if we get a ton of cautions, maybe. Everybody else, lap 79. I think if you're Frisch, you could do with stopping again, maybe. Since you're already 19th. But if you're up front, at this point, you're not going to give up the track position.
I wanted Jacob Roth win.
It's actually, how about Parker White? It said he was pitting in, not quite. Frisch, good call. I fully support that. He should be really good on fuel now. Doesn't have to worry about it. And I don't expect him to pit. Unless he absolutely has to for damage. And cautions. We are actually, I think the pace has picked up a little bit in the second half of this race. We might be a little over 12. Looks like with coming to 19 to go, restart this time by, we'll have, looks like 32 cars on the lead lap. Looks like we officially just lost Bobby Blazer. James Mendez still looking really rough. And Austin Mongold, I think only one lap down, maybe two.
It says he's won.
One lap down, so just needs one more to get back going. And James Mendez actually will pass Bobby Blazer in a lap and a half, so he'll pick up one pity spot for his efforts.
Hey, big points.
Big.
Hey, free spot.
Gotta
That's
do
what
what
Corbin always say.
Free spot. Let's go. Yeah, so 32 in the lead lap. Mongold should get his lap back next time by, and then James Mendez will go to 34th, and Bobby Blazer on his return dead last, 35th. And still everything else to be decided. 19 laps to go. We're back underway.
No immediate chaos. Somewhat shocked.
A lot of 2x2. All mind the business. For how much longer they should be good on fuel, except maybe Jay Riot. So it's fuel shouldn't be a factor unless maybe we get to that third attempt at overtime. But if we don't, they're all good. So just run to the finish here, and somebody can walk out of here champion. Right now, it would go to Tucker Minter.
Zelensky, he was looking for a hole there. Had no one to go with him, but
Cozy Jr. going to go 3 wide. Frisch on board with him in 24th. Still biding his time. 18 laps to go. You can hear a big lift there going into 3. You can see his championship contenders up there battling for the race lead. No fast repair for this 58, though. Got to be very careful. It's so unpredictable at a plate track, but got to control what you can control. And don't run into the back of anyone else if you can't help it. Don't force anything. And just like that, right in front of him.
there's the caution finally.
And he still almost gets hit for faulting him. It's Joe Swanson getting turned from Jay Ryan, who's getting pushed from Jacob Rock, and just all over the place. Matt Spalding right front explodes. And Mongold getting in there late. Falking him, flies off the road, nearly into Frisch. He's just going to get hit from Scott Warren, who got hit from Thomas Miller. Turned off the nose of AJ Green, and right in front of Frisch, who's like, how much lower do I got to go? Dodging everything. Parker White started out pretty rough, but the second half of the race, Frisch has been trying to dodge bullets. Look at that. Cozy and Minter and Zielinski. Pretty chill for them, all things considered. They haven't had to deal with a whole lot. They've just been racing. Parker White and Michael P. Frisch, it's been a battle just to get to the end. My goodness.
I want to bring up a potential concern here.
Potential concern.
That caution was thrown by Rod. iRacing might be having issues.
That's the third one where it's like, man. We've had some stinkers in terms of throwing that caution.
Because that caution felt like it took a while to come out. And then I saw it and it was like, wait, Rod threw that.
Oh, dear.
It shouldn't be saying that. So. Oh, wait, Gary and Minter, Cozy coming in for fuel?
All right, so they're going to take this opportunity to make this will be their final stop. They said, all right, we've wrecked it up enough. We got a lot of cautions, 15 laps to go. So here's where I can make my final stop and not worry about the 3 green, white checkers. So this is their final stop then. And even then, it puts Cozy 8th, Hill and Parker White 9th and 10th, Minter 11th. So Zielinski is going to stay out, though. I mean,
he does have the caution in the bank.
He does have caution in the bank, so he could just maintain track position. He's got the free caution guaranteed, so he can do whatever he wants. And obviously, if you're Frisch, you'll come in again, lap 85. So all these guys still really good on fuel. Definitely now at this point. Getting down to 10 laps to go in the season.
Yeah, I was one bad decision from trying to go to Bloomington tomorrow
What's in
for
Bloomington?
college game day.
Oh.
They started lining up today. Like 3 hours ago, the line was over 500 long. Indiana is ready for a good football team, apparently.
I guess. So lights are off on top of the pace car. Going to be restarting with 13 laps to go. Lowest of your championship 5. Will be Frisch in 19th or 18th when I think they'll finalize it. But all the top 5 and top 18. Bobby Blazer officially out. So 35th place is decided. James Mendez is running in 34th, desperately hoping for absolute chaos. And everybody else on the lead lap. So, theoretically, get the big one. 33rd, 32nd, 31st. 29th could win it. Technically. We got almost every single car on the lead lap.
James Mendez not out of this yet.
I mean, he's only 4 down. I mean, if he gets one more now, yeah, I mean, he's technically not officially out of it like I thought he was. So there's a path to him getting back on the lead lap. So
I don't like that path.
Neither do I.
Let's not talk about that path. It's a dark path.
We'll see here, though, how these drivers want to approach it, especially in Shape 5.
All eyes on Zelensky.
Yeah, how aggressive are they going to be? They know they got a fast repair, so they're like, all right, well, I have to make this move. If it doesn't work, I get the fast repair and I go again. Or is it, if I blow the engine, I got to tow races over anyways because there's so many variables in the final 13 laps, potentially overtime. So we'll just see how it plays out. Bobby Zelensky gets us back underway, 13 laps to go.
And I think one of the biggest parts about this will be, we've talked about the caution in the bank. We remember that he has it. Does he? We remind him, and I'm sure, he remembers that he has it, but, does he? You're in 100 laps of action. Are you going to remember that you have this thing?
He's like, oh, I just got to pipe up and redeem it. Oh, Hill nearly got turned by Minter.
Hunter East almost goes around.
Here comes Cozy and Parker White through the middle. Never mind, White decides against it, but Cozy drops down in front of Maggio. Big run on the bottom.
Where's that momentum coming from?
Eyes on Frisch. When he goes, that'll be when you know it's for real. When he decides, all right, I don't have a fast repair, but I don't care. That's when it's kind of race on. So look for Frisch, who is now 27. With just 12 laps to go.
They're wrecking in front of him.
Wrecking big in the back. And he avoids another one. So it's still not time. The championship driver involved. James Mendez is going to win this race. So your 12th caution of the evening. Let's take a look. This was just a mess. Right behind Parker White, who put him 4 wide. But it looks like Hunter East. A little bit of damage or contact from the 97 and the 77 almost simultaneously. Can't tell if it's netcode or what, but they're 4 wide, beating and banging, and then hooked up in front of the field. Harry Tiller involved. Bridgman involved. It really, all things considered, not that bad of a caution. It's just or East the big loser, obviously. Nathan Barrows with a pinch there. Thomas Miller Frisch avoids another one. Maybe you look at it, it's like, is Frisch the man of destiny? He's missed all these wrecks. Could he cook something up? If this was Talladega, though, you'd almost just hand the trophy to Tucker Minter. 5 wins, all at Dega. I mean, come on.
And that is his track.
This will push us under 10 laps to go for sure. The single digits on the season. What would it be? 8 laps to go on the restart only? It's right there.
Just gonna see if we can get through it, you know. Caution free 8 laps, but I highly doubt it. Gonna have Frisch coming like forward all the way from 23.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see what Zelensky does. If he remembers he has the fast repair and he's ready to just like do anything he can to get there, it'll just be interesting.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, light should go off this time by and give us 8 laps. And with that caution, wasn't a big one. It should give us 33 cars now instead of 32. I think it gave Austin Mongold finally back on the lead lap. Recovered all the way from his internet issue way earlier in the night. Got a chance to get a decent finish in his second start. And for James Mendez, he came all the way back from 8 laps down, past halfway to, I believe, now 3? And he's got the caution in the bank, potentially, to get him a guaranteed caution. If that happens in regulation, then he's got 2 chances at overtime, so he could very easily have a path to getting back on the lead lap here. Especially if he gets 1 more caution in regulation. But officially 33 cars, and James Mendez, Bobby Blazer out of the race. Lights are off on top of the pace car. We are going back. Green flag racing. 8 laps to go. Density's about as high as it's going to get all year.
I mean, championships on the line.
Finale in Florida 400. There's James Mendez. So all 34 cars look to be in pretty decent condition. And yeah, nobody's out of it. There's at least guaranteed 2 more cautions left. Guaranteed. We've only lost 1 driver, though. And again, I'm still saying eyes on Frisch, how he gets up there. He's just got to do it his own thing. Sitting there in 21st. Has missed numerous wrecks, no fast repair. Parker White was involved in a lot of stuff in the first half of this race, and then Zelensky, Minter, and Cozy, they've just been kind of chilling at the front the whole race. So let's see how they do it here. They work out of turn number 4. Michael Cozy Jr., Stephen Maggio. The front row here for the restart. Potentially the last one of the season, but I doubt it. So the Geico restart zone. We're back underway. The even start for both lines.
Calm, all things considered.
Yeah, all 4 of the championship contenders inside the top 10 are all on the bottom right now. Cozy, Minter, Zielinski, then Parker White, and then even Frisch. So all 5 lined up on the bottom right now. Now starting to get that 3 wide mid-pack. AJ Green trying to get that third line going. Middle line led by Maggio now. Cozy. Bottom line left open to Minter and Zielinski. Jay Riot below the apron through the triangle, but he comes back up. Cozy with a big block on Maggio. Here comes Tyler Gary to the high side.
A lot of 3 wide action here mid-pack. I don't know how Frisch is going to make his way through this.
Pretty much right where he restarted this race. Recent restart, about 21st, 22nd. Hasn't made a whole lot of progress. Momentum with Gary and Hill. Cozy getting a good shove into 3, though. Gavin Newton up there in the mix. Reiling falling like a rock through the middle. Now we're starting to see Minter and Zielinski and Parker White navigate to the top side. 6 laps to go.
Here's B. Williams getting himself stuck in the middle there.
Maggio's pushing hard. Cozy realizes that Maggio can't push forever. He might try and ditch him to the high side. They're both trying to get clear. Maggio with a big block on the bottom. Minter coming through the middle.
Frisch is right there. He's right behind Parker White in that bottom line.
Making a move. Cozy and Gary together. That's a strong combination. Coming to 5 laps to go. Maggio making a move on Hill. There's Parker White. And then there's Frisch in 17th. Still committed to that low line. Doesn't have as many options down there, but could miss a wreck if he needs to. Here comes Hill and Minter. 2 by 2 up front. And all the momentum to the 11 and to the Minter 10 machine. Yellow is out. Dean Clavitt. Nathan Barrows. Big checkup further back in the pack, and they just run over each other. And that should take us to well, I think the final hit here. It's gonna take us to RODDCAR overtime. My goodness. Yeah, he gets him there. Definitely gets Nathan Barrows there. He's out of shape. He gets a 92. But here's Doucette. Well, no, just well, there's another hit. And then I think this one is the one that finishes him off right there. So there's like 3 separate incidents. That eventually sends Barrows up. And then him coming back onto the track. Ooh, right there is what brings our caution out. Kevin Spencer having to slam the brakes. Caution number 13.
Can't believe Dean would do that to us.
And unfortunately, if you're Michael P. Frisch, they've just kind of cannibalized, ate up all of your laps. You're now stuck 22nd. Whether that's a choice and he's saying, oh, we're still going to wreck, and he knows he can make some moves, but he's really just been sitting in 20th for like the last 3 restarts, and now he's got 2 laps. And that's it.
He was making his way towards the front. He just got stuck in that low line, not able to go anywhere. And I mean, we saw what happened to him. It caused that check up there.
Well, let's see here. Right now, give it to Minter. James Mendez will get yet another lap back. And that'll put him 2 laps down. That's Spalding with to keep himself on the lead lap. as well get 2 down, and then he's got 2 chances. If he gets a caution on this one and then the next one, he's back on the lead lap for the final attempt. A caution in the bank to consider. Which really, he doesn't even need it now at this point. Because it's overtime. So if he's in a wreck, I mean, I don't know, how do you navigate this? If the caution comes out, or I don't know. Well, he's sitting 12th, so I guess if he's coming to the white and he doesn't feel good about his position, he could do it, actually. Yeah, I was going to say. It's only 1 lap. If someone wrecks, the caution comes out for him. I don't know. If he's not feeling good, he'll probably throw it.
You just have to be like, hey, Rod, be ready.
Going into 3, he's like, all right, I don't like where I'm at. He's got Falkingham around him. You look at it, though, like, where's his help going to come from? You got Zielinski, Falkingham, but a couple of guys around him they're not as used to working with. If you're up front, though, you got Hill, Minter, Cozy, Gary, White, Kemp. All strong drivers, but if you're fresh, really, you're just going to work with whoever to get up there. RODDCAR overtime for the championship. If you're new here, 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. Caution comes out. Before we get back to the white on either of the first 2 attempts, we will re-rack them. And then the 3rd and final attempt, it simply doesn't matter. The point of no return. So even if they wreck on the 3rd attempt before the white, it does not matter. They race back under green. The caution will fly the way that it's set up. The caution will come out. Pace car will be on the track. But all black flags will be cleared. Scoring reviewed manually. And then we'll finish under green. They get to the white on the 1st or 2nd attempt and they wreck. Doesn't matter. They already got to the white. They race back like normal. Really shouldn't be a concern, but we'll just double check what they got going on down the back straightaway. Like you're saving just a little bit. At least Hill was, maybe, just to be sure. But they all should feel pretty confident through it on lap 85. It's only been about 13 laps, so it'll be good to go. Matt Spalding catching up to the back of the pack. He's the 33rd and final car on the lead lap. James Mendez is 2 laps down. Bobby Blazer out of the race. 33 spots up for grabs. Potentially the final restart of the race and of the season. And we'll crown a champion here in just a few minutes. Chris Hill, your race leader. Tucker Minner outside row 1. Tyler Gary. And Cozy, row number 2. Parker White. Gavin Newton, number 3. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn down pit road. Through the Geico restart zone we go. Chris Hill gets us back underway for attempt number 1 at overtime.
I felt like it would be kind of funny if Zielinski also just said, right now, caution the bank.
Well, we'll see. They got a lap. 2.5 miles to get there. Frisch already going 3 wide. He's got to make his move. He's got Jacob Roth in support. A couple cars on the wall further back. Minter going up. Nearly turned from Tyler Gary. Big moves down the back straightaway. Everybody's all out of control. Cars going everywhere. Corey Henry off the racetrack. He's going to come back on. Caution is out.
That wasn't Rod's cautions, and that definitely wasn't, Zielinski's.
iRacing pulled the trigger early there.
There's something like iRacing on one today.
14th caution of the evening, and there's only one more possible, whether that's caution in the bank from Bobby Zielinski or they wreck and it doesn't matter. We are about to find out. One more restart tonight. Potentially. Let's take a look at what happened. So, I mean, they're going for it. It's just like a hornet's nest. Looks like Hunter East, late block. It unsettles Corey Henry. He bounces off of Jacob Rock down into Christopher B. Williams, and then finally turned by Dylan Dreiling. And that was very tame, all things considered. And that was pretty much it there. I mean, there was nothing else to it. See, there was, just go a couple cars further up ahead here. You see Frisch and Scott Warren and Tucker Minner really almost in front of the entire field trying to make a block. You see Tyler Gary was going up with Parker White. Minter saw it, had to try and block it. And you see Ward and Frisch trying to make moves. Ward into the wall, Frisch into the wall. Just a big block there, yeah. East unsettles for Henry, and then pinball engaged. That's all there is to it. And so not a whole lot of damage, so no more retirements. Meaning still 33 cars on the lead lap. James Mendez will be 1 lap down. And if I'm James Mendez, I was 8 laps down at halfway. I'm just wrecking somebody so I can get back on the lead lap and at least try and not finish 33rd or 34th. I'm doing something. Gotta try it. But we'll see. A whole lot of variables on the line. Championship on the line. I think they'll wreck each other anyways. We'll see.
Got Michael Moody in chat talking about his return. How much are you going to pay Rod to let you back in?
Man's gonna have to make a donation to Washington State Athletic Department. Yeah, we're at 2 hours 16 minutes.
Run 3 ads this stream. gonna be a good week for us.
Everybody eats. And I don't know if we're going back lights out this time or next time. We're about to find out. Now it's Cozy that would be. This was it. This would be Cozy's championship. The drive for 9.
I don't think Moody understands how much it would cost to sponsor all the races.
All right, that's it. Lights out on the pace car. We're re-racking him for attempt number 2 at RODDCAR overtime.
I still want to see how Frisch makes this work.
I mean, he's gonna do something. He gained 5 spots, went from 22nd to 17th or 16th. Gained 6 spots there, and he's in striking distance. I mean, 16th. He gets a big run. Got Falkingham just 2 rows in front of him. So I mean, he's got some guys he can work with here. Linsky's in 7th, Minter 3rd, Cozy 2nd, Parker White 9th. Second attempt, so we'll see if they can go 2.5 miles.
Austin Mongol says we're cooking up a sport ender.
Oh, I'm sure. 34 cars on track. 32 on the lead lap. Pace car about to make that hard left-hand turn. Pace car is off. Chris Hill and Cozy, row number 1. Hill the control car. We're back underway. 2.5 miles to make this official. Aggressive side draft from Cozy. Forces his way up to third and line on the outside, right in front of DK.
There's going to be 4 of them all, not necessarily in a line, but close enough.
It's Minter from Cozy. DK separates Cozy from Zielinski and Parker White. And here comes the move. DK helping Cozy. Hill and Minter and Zielinski up top.
Caution's already out.
Caution is out. Just kidding.
Caution had been out. What happened?
Is it Dean Clavitt again? It is. And Corey Henry again?
What in the... What are we doing? Why are back markers making me upset?
So what was Corey Henry trying to cook up here?
He wanted
there was Harry Tiller and Jay Riot and Dean Clavitt. Or no, Harry Tiller. Let me get the facts right. That's Christopher B. Williams. My apologies to Dean Clavitt. So,
enemy of the state.
Harry Tiller, Christopher B. Williams, Dylan Dreiling, and Dean Clavitt all have a massive moment, big checkup, and Corey Henry not wanting to get run over by the 46, makes a move to the middle last second, carries way too much speed up into the 98. 98 comes down and hooks Dean Clavitt. James Mendez is involved. Nathan Barrows probably gets the worst of it from this appearance.
I feel like someone needs to tell Zielinski, hey, cash in your caution in the bank right this second. Like, the caution's already out. Just take first place.
I mean, if he wants it, I'm sure he could arrange something, but... So this does get James Mendez back on the lead lap, and I don't think anyone will lose anyone from that wreck. Well, the 98's we'll see if we officially lose anybody, but it's the last restart. You might as well just stay out there. But incredibly, James Mendez has made it all the way back around to the lead lap. No... championship drivers are in, obviously. The guys in that wreck are in, but other than that, pretty straightforward. The other one person that came in was Jacob Roth. But pretty straightforward out in front. I tell you what, let's take a look here. Bobby Zielinski pitted on lap 79. So he is over 20. He's at like 25 laps as of now. Had plenty of cautions. To help offset that, but he is at the upper limit of the fuel window, technically. But how much was he able to save on those cautions? Probably enough, but you just never know. He's really the only one where he obviously stayed out, so just got to run it to the end, obviously. But he miscalculated, which I don't think he did. But he could run out of fuel potentially. What, 15 cautions tonight in the championship race? We're going maximum distance. This is the final restart. We're going to race back no matter what, no matter who wrecks. We got 2 laps. We got a green, white, checkered to finish it. $14 race winning streak for the Coke drivers on the line. Can anybody play spoiler? Can even a Coke driver that's not locked in play spoiler? Can Chris Hill play spoiler?
I mean, you can't play favorites from his position.
Yeah. Lights are off on side with the pace car. And it looks like, yeah, all 34 cars are going to make it. Back around. We've only lost Bobby Blazer from this race. Corey Henry going to get out and go around. So 34 cars on track, 34 cars on the lead lap. So yeah, what's at stake? The 14 race winning streak for the Coke drivers. Cozy looking for his 9th championship. Parker White looking to go back to back. Tucker Minter, Bobby Zielinski, and Michael P. Frisch all looking for their first career RODDCAR championship. Like I said earlier, I don't think the drivers are nervous or under pressure, but there's just it's tense watching from the outside, just these final moments before they blast off for 2 laps to determine a champion.
Man, it would be great to have like the, heart rate monitor be like, see if anyone in here is, as much of a psychopath as Denny Hamlin.
So Tucker Minter and Chris Hill. Chris Hill should be your control car, but it's Tucker Minter from Cozy, from Zielinski, from White, from Frisch. All 5 in the top 15.
Who's got ice in the veins? Who is clutch? I mean, we know who is. And he's running 3rd right now.
Here we go. Working through 3 and 4. Final restart of the night. Whatever happens, happens. Green, white checker. 3rd of 3 attempts. The RODDCAR overtime. Chris Hill, your control car. Through the Geico restart zone. Final restart of the night. Final restart of the season. Underway. And almost a wreck. There is a wreck.
They're keeping it straight.
For now, Frisch right in the middle of it. He might be able to break out of that scrum behind him, just maybe. It's Chris Hill outside, Tucker Minter inside. Look at that. Minter, Cozy, Zielinski, White. 4 out of 5 in a line on the bottom down the back straightaway.
Frisch is not far behind.
But it's Chris Hill from Chem and Gavin Newton. Minter coming with some momentum on the bottom. Frisch is right there. Does not have any help. Stuck in the middle, though. Out of 4, they're going to get back to the white. Doesn't matter, though. Oh, they wrecked in the back. Doesn't matter. But here comes the momentum from Minter. White flag in the air. White flag on the season. Minter leads at the line. Getting shipped from Cozy, who's getting shipped from Zielinski and then White. So on and so forth. Through 1 and 2 for the final time. Outside line losing momentum. Frisch pretty much out of it in 18th. Cozy, big move to the top. To the back of Minter. Zielinski trying to get help from White. What does Hill do? How does he play a factor? Here comes DK taking a peek at it to the low line. Here comes Falkingham, big run. Cozy's going to make that move, and he's got the help coming with him. No help on the outside. No other championship contenders. Rod flag at the moment. Cozy's going to get turned off of 4. It's going to be a drag race, and it's going to be Tucker Minter. 6 wins on this season, and he takes his first career RODDCAR championship over Cozy and White, Zielinski and Frisch. It looked like Cozy's until it wasn't. An incredible finish. The man with the most wins in season 33 picks up another one. 10 career wins, 6 this season. And in 49 starts, he gets his first career championship.
What a finish.
Let's take a look at what happened. And Coke Series drivers swept the podium. They swept the wins. Let's just do the what happened through 3 and 4. Falkingham, big move. Cozy times it perfectly. A little bit of a side draft. And it's just too much. DK getting shoved from Zielinski, then connects with Falkingham, and right there It's 2 cars pushing Cozy out of 4. The weight in the back end bottoms out, and it's just too much. Loses all momentum. He's just going to force his way back up, and that was all she wrote. There was nobody else.
Falkingham rescuing a top 3 from that finish after almost going around there? Impressive.
He had the momentum. Obviously, Falkingham, not a playoff or championship finalist. Not his intention, but he's getting hit from Dylan Kemp. So just one of those pushing the pusher that's pushing the pusher. Just one of those deals. They don't wreck them. It's just enough. And Zielinski just was kind of stuck in line here. Same with Parker White. Frisch just was never a factor, unfortunately. It was Minter v. Cozy. Minter doesn't do a thing here. And he walks away, keeps it clean. Hill gives him a nice push, and they don't get collected in that. And there you have it, all the way to the finish. And like you said, Tyler Gary destroyed there. Parker White, oh my goodness. Oh, smokes. Heartbreak for Cozy, who remains at 8. Tucker Minter his first. How about that for the finale in Florida 400?
What a way to get it. Over, 8-time champion.
Yeah. Held his nerve on that outside.
Got Rod in the waiting room.
We'll let him see if he's got any. He's definitely muted. So we'll get our.
Don't have anyone.
Yeah, we got our interviews here in a minute, but that's the finish. The finale in Florida 400. Tucker Minter, your champion. This season consisted of 14 starts, 11 top 10s, 10 top 5s, and 6 wins. We said, I don't know if he could do it. It's not Talladega. He went 5 for 5 out of 6 at Dega and pulled it out at Daytona. And James Mendez gets 21st for his efforts.
Not last.
Take that all day long. Got Daniel Falkingham there. Let's do the 3-2-1. Actually, we'll give our champion the last airtime.
All right.
It was your third place finisher here tonight, Daniel Falkingham. Good season. Just came up a little bit short there at the end, but another podium finish. Give us your final thoughts on that tonight and that final restart.
Yeah, man. Well, the bottom didn't launch. I don't know what the frig happened there on that last restart. But that got us all screwed up and whatever. But that allowed me to get to the outside where I felt comfortable on a restart once we got up to speed. And then really, I made a crazy move coming to the light where I barely just got in front of AJ, and that put me right in perfect position to get up, do what I needed to do. And then I had a heck of a run down the back, got clear of DK and all them, tried to get to the bottom, and then I saw Cozy pull down, and my whole plan was to just push Cozy all the way right there, but I was trying to line up and be square, but the thing is, it just happened so fast. Like, DK is on my bumper because I'm getting side routed back to him. We're locking bumpers. And, it just happened so fast, and I'm trying to lift to line up with him, try to line up with his bumper, and it just got me all squirrely, and I end up getting into... I just hit his right rear, and I got him knocked off sideways. So I feel really bad for that because I was gonna try to shove him all the way because me and DK were lined up perfectly, and I think we had a better tandem where the bottom was gonna come out right there, and we were gonna push him to the wind. So I feel really bad there, but that's just the case with these last lap super speedway deals, especially with this car. But I'm glad we could end the season on a high note. Wish we could have ended off a little bit better. Wish we would have been in the championship fight because we would have been right there. But still happy with the season. I'm ready. Looking forward to the World Series of RODDCAR coming up next week.
Absolutely picked up a win this season and was pretty much in contention each and every week. And congratulations on the podium finish. We'll see you for the World Series of RODDCAR.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks to Rod for all he does. And thanks to everyone racing each and every week. It was a bit of a mess tonight, but it's what you're going to get in these big-time championship races. But still had a blast, but looking forward to going back to some different cars again. But it was a fun Gen 6 season, but definitely looking forward to getting that back to something different. But appreciate all you guys do, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Congratulations again.
Yep, thank you.
Here with your runner-up tonight, Chris Hill. Was trying to play Coke Series spoiler that wasn't a championship 5 finalist, but up front pretty much all night, and ended up giving the winning push to Tucker Minner for the championship. Talk me through that last restart.
Yeah, I wanted to, I also wanted to be up there and be involved, but not like specifically dictate who won the championship. So I said the hell with it. I lined them all up on the inside right there, and just kind of played it out, and I guess Cozy and Tucker got clear, came up, and I was content with whatever bumper was in front of me on the last lap. I was just gonna lock onto it and roll with it, and Cozy ended up taking his run to the bottom, which was a good move, and so I mean it was just kind of, push Tucker at that point and just kind of see where the runs fell. So I think the bottom actually had a better push, but I think they got jacked up off of 4 and just kind of gave the top the momentum back. So like I said, just trying to keep the championship guys lined up, let them race it out, and just whoever was there for me to push coming to it, I was just gonna give it all I had.
Absolutely, and no wins this season, but you were pretty much always in contention all season. What are you gonna do to get some of those like podiums turned into wins next season?
I guess we just got to be a little bit more aggressive about track position. I always end up on these late race restarts being like third to sixth, so you kind of get up in that position where it's like the track gets clogged and you have to just commit to a lane or commit because you get boxed in. So I guess try to fight for track position a little bit earlier and put myself in positions like I had tonight to kind of control more of what happens on the restarts.
Absolutely. Appreciate the insight. Congratulations on a strong runner-up finish to close out the season, and we'll see you next season.
Yep, thank you guys.
Get your champion in here. Here with your season 33 champion, Tucker Minner, in dramatic fashion, picks up his 6th win of the season, most of anybody. Well deserved. Congratulations on the season 33 championship.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Feels good to have a great season of RODDCAR and finally come out on top of one of these. So definitely wasn't sure it was going to happen after the first playoff race, but it's good to feel like I put the best season together and it worked out for me.
Really had to win last week to get in, and once you were in, you made the most of it and went back to close out the season. And you are our champion. Walk me through that final restart and what you were seeing and the moves you had to make to get this thing done.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely really tricky. There was when it's a green white checker like that, there's not exactly any team games. It's every man for themselves and just trying to do the best thing they can do. And Chris chose the top, which it kind of helped me out in some ways. It kind of hurt me in some ways. The top is kind of where you want to be, but we kind of had the best pushers on the bottom, so it put me in a really good spot off of quarter number 2, and we were able to carry that all the way down the front stretch. And I was just trying to make sure that Cozy never hung me to the bottom and got to my right rear, because if that happened, it pretty much would have been over. So a lot of mirror driving that last lap right there and trying to make sure that I didn't get left. And then once we got into 3, I knew that was when Cozy was going to make his move, and I was just trying to be ready for it. He made it a little earlier than I expected, but I was kind of happy that I didn't end up making the block, because I think it was better that I had his right rear instead of him having to kind of juke back and get to my right rear. So and then it would have been quite a drag race to the line, because he had 3 people on the bottom line pushing, and I only had Chris, but we had the right rears, so that would have been a little bit more in our favor. But unfortunately, he got a big push, and it just was a little too much. The cars were like extra on edge tonight for some reason. It was a lot, for what we've had all season. It's been super easy to push. Like, you get moved a little bit, but you're not really going to get wrecked unless you hit somebody in the real wrong spot. But tonight, even if you were pushing somebody right, it was kind of easy to move them around. So, but it was a fun night of racing. Went through the back of the field and to the front of the field quite a few times, and glad I was able to hang on through the last green white checker there to win the championship.
Absolutely. Many congratulations. Well deserving 6 wins out of 15 races. Insanely hard to do anywhere, especially at RODDCAR, and well deserved on the championship. I got league owner Rod Flag here. Rod, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, so Tucker, congratulations tonight. What a season. Should start with that first, is the six wins. Incredibly, 5 at Talladega, almost in a row. But with that dominance, certainly earning of a spot in the championship, and then again did what you need to do last week to win and get in, and then again, 2024 has been a strong year for you overall. I mean, again, with your Coke Series performance, you won the RODDCAR 500 in the beginning of 2024 in season 31, and then backed it up tonight with a awesome run and won the finale. So congratulations on the season 33 RODDCAR championship.
Yeah, thanks, Rod. Feels really good to finally have some success in this. I ran it all of last year, and I felt like all I had was bad luck. So it's been good that this year my luck has been a little bit better in Rod Car, and I appreciate you putting the series on, allowing us a fun place to race, and get a little bit of a cash prize for the wins of the championship. It's really cool, and it's a lot of fun to. Sometimes it's frustrating because it's plate racing, but in the end, it's a good time. So plus, I'm looking forward to getting my Ride Car 500 trophy, and hopefully this one, Ride Car Championship trophy too. I don't have many trophies, so it'd be cool to add some to the sim racing trophy collection.
Yep, definitely on its way. I have to go to the infield care center because the 97 spun me on that last lap. But yeah, we'll get some trophies ordered here pretty soon for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Rod. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, again, massive congratulations to Tucker Bitter. Rod, thank you for another incredible season. World Series of Rock Art coming up next week. We keep rolling, and looking forward to it all.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I was done. Yeah. So next week we'll start the World Series of RODDCAR. Head over to our friends over at Puffer Zone for a week, and then we'll come back here for Daytona again. So you guys got to stay here, guys. I think I got you guys a Airbnb, so you guys can hang out here for a while. And then we'll finish the last 3 races, or last 4 weeks there, and I think it's December 6th. We'll crown the World Series champion and do something a little different at the end of this year. So again, appreciate all you guys do, and again, we'll see you guys for sure at Daytona, then for sure at the big Daytona race in January. So
We're looking forward to it, and thanks for the fun season as always.
thanks, guys.
All right, Art, any final thoughts on the championship?
I really wish we got to see the run between Cozy and Tucker to the line. I think Cozy would have had it, but I mean, ifs and buts there. But what just a great season overall by Tucker Minner. Great way to end it.
Yeah. I mean, 6 wins in 15 races. I mean, statistically the most deserving, and he got it done.
Exactly.
But yeah, 500th of a second over Chris Hill. Bobby Zielinski, your runner-up due to the calamity by 0.2. Then Cozy, then Parker White, and unfortunately Frisch just lost that fast repair. Ends up 19th. Really was just not a factor tonight, unfortunately. But a good race. World Series of RODDCAR, the best of the best. We get the winners and the champions and the legends all duking it out, and yeah, we'll see. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the Daytona World Series of RODDCAR, and then have a little time off, and we'll announce our plans for next season shortly. But appreciate everyone tuning in, all the fans, the drivers, and just the league in general. Yeah, you definitely recommend this league. I love to see the new people coming in here, somebody will get a win over a Coke driver one day. But the best of the best race here on Friday nights. We're looking forward to the World Series, and then World Series of RODDCAR. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Y'all take care.